This is the Post Shift Podcast, your raw look at the hospitality industry.
Hey Post Shifters, how are you? Welcome to another episode of Post Shift Shots, your Tuesday little noise hole that you can listen to, me in the ear, that sort of thing. This week, I wanted to say thank you firstly for all the gratitude to the stars for how much everybody's been listening to the podcast, sharing it, that sort of thing. If you're watching, subscribe down below on YouTube. If you're listening, subscribe on your iTunes platform. Share it to your friends. You'd be surprised how many people out there sometimes feel like you. If you share it, you're going to find those connections. So this week I want to chat about something a little bit interesting. I wrote an article for Liquor.com about a year ago, and it sort of flicked up on the feed again. They posted it and featured it again, which is really cool. I always love when Liquor.com looks after my stuff. And it's about how to get a job as a bartender. And I don't think enough people really think this through in this day and age when it comes to finding a job. The hospitality industry has gone from being sort of fly by the seat of your pants to super professional. So you've got to find a happy medium to represent your personality as well as represent yourself. And also reflect what the mission statement and the goals and aims are for the establishment you want to work at. So first and foremost, most venues get hundreds and hundreds of resumes. Like hundreds of resumes every week from people, especially summertime in Victoria especially, from people looking for jobs. So how do you make yourself look better than everybody else? First one's resume. When you're sending your resume, whether it be now, Facebook is fine. A lot of people advertise through Facebook these days, so Facebook message is fine. Email, so on and so forth. DMs. Personally, if you drop it off personally, we're going to get to that. But make sure your resume looks the way that you want it to look. That doesn't mean that I got a resume recently with a star guide, literally like 5 stars, and ranked out of 5 stars of like being on time. That's a little bit of an overkill. But what's really underwhelming is when you get resumes from like the first version of Word. So you want to find a nice template, and there's tons of templates. Please just go to New, click on New Document, comes up, type in resume and cover letter, and you can get full-on resumes and cover letters that match the whole shebang. Word has tons of this. If you Google it, for the love of God, Google how to lay out a resume. It may save your life. So, resume is the first thing. But let's just get your foot in the door. Now the next one, which not many people do these days, and I'm reading my article as I talk this, because you can read the article, you can listen to me in your ears, you can watch me on video. However you take your medium, I will give it to you that way. Research. So this is the fundamental. You are a square peg, and some venues are going to be a round hole. Now if you just go out and drop your resumes off across the board, this could happen. But you've got called in for a interview. You've dropped your resume off. They've said yes. Knock yourself out. So first things first, go to their website. Look at the website and check it out. See what sort of food they have. See how long they've been in business for. Look at their reviews, so on and so forth. Learn as much as you can about the venue. This is a big thing, especially for older restaurants. Being at Pagliacci's, the restaurant's been around for 40 years. Guess what a question on the quiz is when we first hire you? What do you know about Pagliacci's and how long has it been around? Just these things are all online. They're all on Google searches. You have supercomputers in your pockets. Utilize them. So, a few days before your interview, especially if you're going for a high-end bartender job, this is a big one. Well, actually, you know what? Any bartender job, any server job, any chef job, anything, you should do this. A couple of days before you go in for the interview, go to the actual venue and have a drink and a bite to eat at the bar and check it out. Now check out a lot of things. Check out the ambience. Check out the food quality. Check out the service. Now don't compare yourself to that because that's just ostentatious and dicky. But really just absorb everything. Watch the managers walk around. Have a drink. See how the bartender makes you drink. See how the bartender serves you. See how the server serves you. Listen to the music. See how the bartenders are dressed. It's a big one. Check out how the bartenders and servers and everybody are dressed and mimic that. If it's a casual place and you get to sort of wear whatever you like, there's a certain baseline that you shouldn't be wearing below that. But that sort of thing. So check out those sort of things. Getting a job is a symbiotic relationship. And this is something that a lot of people forget about these days, is that an employer wants to give you everything that you can get, and you want to get everything you can from the employer. And it should be a symbiotic. And I'm not saying that employees are parasitic, but there's parasitic employees and employers, and it needs to be a symbiotic relationship, and everybody should be working together to make it a symbiotic relationship. And if it doesn't feel right for you, then chances are it's not going to feel right for you in a month, or 3 months, or 4 months. And then it just becomes an awkward situation. So try and find a venue that fits you. There's nothing wrong with that. Just like the manager's looking, or the owners are looking for someone who fits their venue, you should be finding a venue that fits you. If you love fucking loud-ass music, don't go and work at a fine dining restaurant where they're playing violins. Like, if you really want to be have your personality shine through, if you can put on a wonderful mask and a face and put your hair back and go work at a fine dining restaurant, good for you. That's perfect. But if you want to express yourself in your workplace, which a lot of people in the hospitality industry want to, then go and find something that expresses to you. So, interview time. So, like I said, your attire should mimic what the staff are wearing. You should look pretty much exactly like you would fit into the staff straight away. Your socialization of the staff is mirrored by your attire. Always bring a resume on your day. I don't know how many people do this. They email in the resume and I think that's it. Bring in a resume. Just print it out at the local copy shop. Bring it in. Arrive at least 10 to 15 minutes early. I always live by a rule. If you're 15 minutes early, you're on time. So live by that as well. You want to make sure that you're never showing up late, which means make sure you know where the venue is. This is why you go and check it out a couple of days beforehand. You know where it is. You know where the parking is. You know how far away the parkade is. You know how quickly you can walk to it. You've got all this stuff underneath your hat, and you're literally just going in for a drink. If you didn't go for the interview and you went for a drink, this is pretty much the same scenario. If you're offered water, take it. Even if you don't drink it, just take it. It's personable. Cell phones. Leave them in your bag on silent. Don't have them out. Don't have them next to you. The manager might have them on too, but he may be on call for everything. But you don't have your phone on you. God. Always sit up. Have plenty of contact with the interviewer. Always. Be confident. Articulate it and answer quickly and concisely. You should, if you've done your research, you should already know a lot of the questions that are going to come. If you see the service stand that the bar has, if you see the food quality, if you see the servers walking around, if you see a high level of quality to everything in the venue, including the ambience, these are all questions that could come to you. Be ready to back up your answers with solid instances. What does this mean? So if a manager says, what would you do in this situation? And you answer things like, has that ever happened to you? Have all your experience ready to go and be knowledgeable at all times. Shake the interviewer's hand at the very beginning, shake it at the very end, say thank you for this opportunity, and always eye contact, eye contact, eye contact. Now, getting a job is stressful. It can be. But filling positions for a manager or an owner is stressful as well. They've got a lot of people asking a lot of them. So this is a equally stressful situation, and it can be made easier if you just prepare for it, because the manager's going to be prepared to talk to you. You need to be prepared to talk to the manager or the owner. And this is the way I think that you should really tackle getting a job in the service industry. It's always great to have a leg up with with friends that work at the restaurant or so on and so forth. But be your own person, bring your own experience, and show the manager that you really want to work there for a very good reason. And so that's my top 10 articles. I'm going to post the article again when I do the video and when I do the podcast. I think it's going to be next week. I'm going to be talking to you about getting what you want in the industry, and it's going to be a good one. So keep an eye out for that next Tuesday. So I want to say thank you very much for everybody for all the support. I appreciate it immensely. I truly didn't think that I would be getting the messages I get from people when they listen to my podcast, and I truly am blessed that I've had a good following and people have listened. Please keep listening. I love it. Thank you very much for everything. Enjoy your week. Get into a little trouble if you can, and I will chat to you later on this week. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Post Shifters. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you're listening, whatever platform you're on, give me a good rating, subscribe, listen along. I'm going to keep going. I really enjoy sitting down with people and learning where they're from, what they did, and how they got to where they were. So if you love it, give me a good 5 stars. If you don't, give me 1 and I'll try harder.